Hello and welcome. I thought I'd create a video just to take a look at the Great Western Express preservable collectibles collection for Train Sim World 2. So if you remember Great Western Express, so you veterans to Train Sim World will know Great Western Express was the first UK route available on Train Sim World when it was first released, and it's remained with the as a core route with Train Sim World up until Train Sim World 2. Where it became a preservable collectible route. It was recently released along with the North Transpennine. Now, North Transpennine was an add-on, but Great Western Express was a free route up until Train Sim World 2020. So long as you own Train Sim World or Train Sim World 2020, Great Western Express should transfer over. If you don't own either of those, then what will happen is you'd have to pay for it. So, it's come over. Let's have a look. Now I'm running this on a PlayStation 4 Pro. Now obviously I'm recording this using the PlayStation Zone recording system. The issue with that is it records it in 1080, although I'm actually playing it in 4K. I'll have a quick look through. So anyone who's got Train Sim World 2 on the PlayStation, you'll be aware that you have got settings to upscale to 4K, and there it is. I will play it in 4K, but as I've just said, it will be coming out in 1080p HD, unfortunately. So you won't get the full effect of the detail. But nevertheless, the game is the game. Obviously, other than the obvious that it's been upscaled, it's a lovely graphically. It looks absolutely stunning, and that does come across even in 1080. So it's not completely wasted. But what we'll do is we'll jump into Great Western Express. We'll have a bit of a run on a train. You get your 3 trains as you do before. Your Class 66, which you can switch deliveries to the DB Schenker livery. I think they've changed the sound to the 66. It sounds a little bit gruffer, bit deeper. It's the first time I've looked at this actually. Yeah, it does sound pretty cool. I'm not going to play with the 66. I'm not a massive fan of it, if I'm honest. But in Train Sim World 2020, I had done all the missions on it. So let's get rid of that. You've obviously got your high-speed train using the Class 43. There has been a big improvement in the sound on the Class 43. If I'm really honest with you, in cab does sound really, really good. I'm well impressed with it. And also they sorted the numbers out. They've also made the numbers quite logical. So what I've played so far, you do have the numbers that would have used to appear on the Great Western route. And there is the Class 166, and this is another one which has really been improved. Can't tell so much as it's standing here like this, but when you're driving it in the cab, it does sound absolutely lovely. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to have a little ride out with the 166, but I'm not just going to choose any route. I'm going to try and do something a little bit different. We'll have a nice summer day, I think, so it's clear and you can see what's going on. What am I doing? Nice summer day, nice summer and clear, so it's nice. Now because you have to drive the train straight away, I tend to spawn in to on foot into the Great Western and then jump in the cab and set it all up so I'm ready to go. I'm just going to get my keyboard ready as well, so I've got everything to hand. Make sure that's on. So I'm going to choose service, so let's have a look at it says we've got 274 trains in the timetable, but I think there's actually more, but hey, let's have a look. I know the PC has more because you've got the Greenford Terminators. So let's have a look at the timetable. I'm going to look at a train. Let's go a bit later in the day. I've got all these trains. Obviously, I've not long downloaded it, so I've got all these trains to do. There's lots of different ones you can do. You've got some expresses, some non-stoppers. You've got some stoppers. These Kilo 61, these Bedouin Londons are non-stop from Reading. But that's a boring one. I don't want to be doing that. Some empty stocks. Here we go. This is quite an interesting one. Free November 40 Maidenhead to London Paddington. So if it's a class 3, it's empty. So that's empty from Maidenhead to London Paddington. There's a transfer move from Old Oak Common. London Paddington to Oxford, I think that stops at Slough. There you go, another Newbury Paddington, I think that stops, I don't think that stops anywhere either. So there's quite a, and obviously then you've got your stopping trains, shunting around in the train care. Henley-on-Thames to Oxford, so that, well, that's a short train. You're literally driving that from Twyford to Reading, I would assume. Right, let me have a look. My favourite train I like driving is this one. I've done it already, but this is one I'm going to try and get a gold this time. 1 Hotel 54 is the 1905 London Paddington to Henley-on-Thames, which you drive as far as Twyford. So that's the one I'm going to aim for. So if I spawn in to Paddington at 1900, I should be able to find that and jump into it and get it set up just in time for departure. So let's go to on foot. We'll have summer. And then Paddington. Oh, it's like it's read my mind, look. It's like it's read my mind. So there you go, 1900. In I go, on foot. These railfan shots, I mean, I've uploaded a few, but they are available on your profile on your Dovetail Live account. You just got to dig and find them. So here we are, under the lovely Brunel train shed at Birmingham. London Paddington. Oh, I said Birmingham. I mean, I am from Birmingham, but what would I say Birmingham? So here we go, in the platform at the moment we've got two 166s. There's one all the way over there, which will be the local train. And there's this one, 166-204 at the helm today. So this, if I'm not mistaken, should be the 1900. Oh, shut my door, sit myself down. Okay, it says no active server. I think once I sit in it will say departs at 1905. Yeah, service is scheduled to depart at 1905. I'm just going to turn my speakers down a bit, they're a bit loud. But already, if you've not got this yet, you can already hear the difference in the noise. It's really, really gruff. So let's get set up. Now, if you've never set up a class, if you've never set this up before, I'll just quickly go through it briefly. I have all the safety systems on, so that's your AWS, TBWS and DSD. Now, if you have a keyboard, you can cheat by holding down Shift and Enter, and it turns everything on. If you don't have a keyboard, then what you can do is these switches up here are isolation switches. So I've turned the TBWS on, obviously, but that would normally say isolated. DSD would normally say isolated, but obviously it's on now. Vigilance, normal. Now the AWS is in a different place. If you turn round to this switch panel and just hover over, I mean, to be fair, if I stood up, you probably see it clearer. Where it says AWS, now it's on, but normally it's off. Now if you flick that to on, that turns on your AWS. Okay, so that's how you get your safety systems working on the 166. Okay, I normally have my lights on, so I'm just going to quickly turn them on. Oh, will it come up with the... Yep. Let's put the... Is it dark outside? No, it's still quite sunny, quite bright. Even though it's the evening, I'll put my daylights on. It's the other way, isn't it, for the daylights? Yeah. And so I better set the cab up. So the usual, put your master key in, slip the reverser into forward, cancel the AWS. I'll just drop my brake down to 1 so it's ready to go, so I ain't got to wait too long. Lights, yeah, so everything's all on, everything's all done. So have a quick little wander around the train. And there it is. Lovely. F1. I've got a keyboard, so if you press F1 on the keyboard, it gets rid of your hood. But I have to say that it does look stunning. I mean, I always thought it looked good anyway, but it looks so nice now. Really, really sweet. Absolutely. So I'm impressed with that. I really am. Let's get back in. You can't change the destination boards or anything, I'm afraid. I know it was a thing that was asked quite a lot by consumers, but I think it's a bit too little too late with this one. Oh look, so we've got some information. So unit number 166204, vehicle number 58125, maximum speed 90. Well, you've been looking, you get 90 and that's about it on this from what I remember. Let's have a quick look through everything else that's in there. Well, we've got a few minutes. The 1905, by the way, is when the doors need to be open. So I think what I'll do is I'll open the doors now. The door controls are here. I'll put F1 back on so you can see what I'm doing. Here, look, that's the door controls, and on this side they're here. So obviously, because it's on the right hand side, I'll just open them. There we go. Yeah. So if you look, you've got these lights. So you see that now gone red. That means door interlock is on. You cannot get power. So until that goes white, you won't get any power. You can actually isolate it. There's one of these buttons up here. Will isolate that one. Isolates it. This is your TPWS, so if you do get activated by TPWS, which is train protection warning system, basically if you're speeding, if you go past a red signal, this comes on, and a red light will come on. You have to wait first, you have to shut the desk down, wait 60 seconds for it to reset. So, to come out, when you're coming into Paddington, it's 25, but when you go out, there is no speed restriction. I think because obviously you're coming into the station, so obviously you need to be careful about stopping. But I suppose the theory is, especially on the HS2, by the time you've departed, you would barely reach 25 anyway. So next stop, Maidenhead, and oh, didn't ask me to close my doors. It's fine. Right, so there we go. Got my door interlock. Brakes come down. We'll pretend I've got an RA, and off we go. Ooh, listen to that. Quite happy to thrash it out of here, I think. Oh yeah. See, I think it sounds a bit more like a Class 170 Turbo Star, but oh, HST coming in. Very pretty. Off we go. Oh, I have got a green signal at the end of the platform. That's nice to know, because unfortunately there's no indication on the platforms at Paddington. Normally there is in real life. You've got RA indicators and all sorts of things, but not in this. Right, better power off because it's 40 mile an hour out of pad. Nice dusk look, because I chose summer. I chose summer so that you can kind of see things, but also chose a nice lower light so it's not too bright either. Route 2, going on to the fast lines. Am I? Yeah. Well, I'm on the... yeah. So I've been put onto the down fast at the moment. Have I? Or was it the... no, or was it the up main? Yeah, it's up main, isn't it? Yeah, so I'm on the up main at the moment. And when I say up main, I mean the London direction, because all the lines are bi-directional anyway. So, oh, I'm going back over again onto the relief line. So that's a strange move. It's pushed me over onto up main, and it's going to drop me back over onto the down relief. It's interesting. Westbourne Park. Let's go to the 50. It's 50 in all lines, in all directions, this side. So yeah, I absolutely love the GWE anyway. I'm so glad that it's had a bit of a, it's not so much had a makeover, but obviously the 4K helps it look fresh. The sound of the 166 is much better, as is the HST. That's a bit weird. I had feathers to go over, but I've not. I've just remained on the down relief. I wonder if that was an error in the signalling, perhaps. I'm not going over here, am I? Oh no, I'm going over here, look. Okay. Oh, now I'm on the down. Oh, cool. This is Ladbroke Grove. Now I'm on the right, okay. Yeah, now I'm on the down main relief because that goes into the up main. Right, okay. We'll get there in the end. Let's get a bit more power on. We're about to approach for the, I think it's 80. Let's get powering. First stop, Maidenhead. Off we go, look, let's have a look, bit of a train coming the other way at the moment. Now you'd think with me being first stop Maidenhead, I'd be on the fasts, wouldn't you? No. North Pole Depot on the left, Old Oak Common on the right. 85. Nice gradual, oh, that's my DSD, which you cancel using either that or by moving the, if you use your manual controls of course, moving the power brake controller, PBC, or just if you're on the PlayStation 4, it's circle, which is the same as what it is to cancel your AWS. Still need a bit of work on those jointing points as the wheel, as the flange, or the axles hit the flange hits the points and stuff. Could do with a bit of work there. The speeds, if you notice, there's two speeds. One's just speed with no letters. One's got MU. If it's MU, it means multiple unit. So basically, with an HST, well, I suppose you could say with an HST as well. With an HST and a multiple unit, that is the speed that you go by. I think it's 80, isn't it? No, 90. 85. Thrashing along nicely. Nice little run there. Freight train going into Acton Yard. Or, oh, you might not be going to Acton Yard. It might be a free one actually. Oh, it's a liner. Oh no, hang on. Is it a liner? Yeah, it looks like a liner. Probably isn't going to Acton Yard. Then it would stop it off Acton Main Line, where you have to get off. Ealing Broadway coming up. Stomping along nicely. It's amazing how quick these trains are. Doing, I don't know if you saw earlier on my Facebook Live video, I did a run on a Western with load 7 and got to 95 mile an hour at just after West Drayton. West Drayton. Got a 166 and I'm what? I'm at 90 already as we approach West Ealing. These circles with the black lines through are called banner repeaters. So if they've got if they're diagonal and white, it means you've got a yellow or a single yellow. If they're green, you've got a green. If they're flat across, horizontal, it's a red. The green aspect, the green banner repeaters are quite new. I think one of the first ones I ever saw, one of the first ones actually in the country, was at what was the name of the junction now? Norton Bridge. Oh, I've got a adverse aspect. There's a double yellow there. Yep. So, double yellow. So I can only assume I've caught up a stopping at service. Oh, better put some brakes on. Single yellow now. Must have stopped at Southall. I suppose the good thing is, you know, it's going to be a 166 anyway, and they're pretty good at accelerating. I'm not quite sure the full stopping pattern on this train ahead, but I'm sure we're about to find out. It is an evening train, evening peak train, so you never know. It could be stopping everywhere. Oh, signal's just clear to a single yellow. I'll have a bit of that. Oh, HST's appeared out of nowhere. Don't you just love it? In the scenario planner, you've now got the option of choosing a 2+4, a 2+6, a 2+7 and a 2+8 HST now, which is interesting. I'll take it steady, even though I've just gone past that single yellow, which means the next signal's got to be red. It hasn't got to be red. The train's obviously just left Southall, so it should be stepping up the aspects. So I'm hoping that by the time I get to Southall, it'll be a single or double yellow. But just take it steady, however, just in case I get a nasty surprise. You just never know, do you? I'm obviously not crossing over for any reason. Looking in the distance, that does look like I've got a yellow, so I'll open up. Now, Transit World 2 did bring in rail adhesion setting, so if you're in the wet, it does change your driving. It does change the driving ability. It does change the conditions, and it does work. It's good. It's a bit extreme though, because if it's wet, whether it be light rain or heavy rain, the feeling's exactly the same. So it still needs a bit of work, but it is good. It makes it a bit more challenging to drive. Now, I'm not tried this in the wet yet, but I will do. I might try an HST out of Reading, full torrential rain, see how we get on. Not now, obviously, but just showing you the game at the moment. I really need to take it steady because we're approaching Hayes and Harlington, and he's bound to. Then the train's bound to stop at Hayes and Harlington. Oh, that is a red signal. Keep the train under control. Try and do a bit of a steady roll up to the platform and hope that it might clear as I get closer. I mean, obviously we know he stopped at Hayes and Harlington. They've stopped. I say he. Sorry, I should say they. In this world of sexual equality, it could be a woman driver. But just while we're coasting along here, the clarity of the graphics is so much clearer. Like I can actually read the speed boards and see the detail on the AWS magnets and stuff. The draw distance, as you can see from the shadows, the draw distance from the shadows is still the same as it was. And it is a bit shorter in places, but if it makes it look as good as it looks, who am I to complain? Still moving, I'm still rolling, hoping that it clears before I come to a stand. Still rolling. Which is weird because we're going uphill. I know it's flat. Oh, that's alright then. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm trying not to stop. That's kind of what I like about this defensive driving, just rolling nicely. Hope that they leave and it steps up. I mean, I don't. Oh, there you go. So the next station after Hayes and Harlington is obviously West Drayton. See if he probably stops there as well. I got a feeling he stops everywhere. So there's no point racing out, but take a steady acceleration towards Hayes and Harlington. Although the signal has just cleared for me, by the looks of it. So I'll give it the beans. What have we got? Single or double yellow? It looks like a single. It could step up to a double yellow as I get closer. You never know. Oh, double yellow. Lovely. No point rushing because they'll be stopping at West. They'll be stopping at West Drayton. I keep saying, hey, sorry. They'll be stopping at West Drayton. Oh, double yellow. I'll keep it rolling for a bit. These signals are relatively close together. Can start to climb a little bit now. Oh no, dropping downhill. Lovely. Here's our red signal protecting West Drayton. Again, I want to try not to stop if I can help it. Climbing or dropping back downhill? What was that? 100 miles of the 166 since I've had it on Transient World 2. Come on, get your finger out. Oh, so I've had to stop. Oh, that's the other thing. I can actually see the signal number, Tango 463. You could barely read the signal numbers back in Transient World. Oh, of course. I think I might dilly-dally around a little minute before I pull off completely. It's bound to stop at Ivor and Langley, isn't it? The down relief platform at West Drayton's quite short, and the signal's right at the end of the platform as well. And I'm sure it's probably off by now. Yes, it is. That's the beautiful thing about how clear this game is. You can see so far in the distance. But I know you can see the lights anyway. It's off anyway. Look, see the banner repeater. It's white with a black diagonal line. That means the signal is off, but it's not green. It's not. If it was green, I'm assuming that they're all fit to be green. It'd be a green banner. It would be a green banner repeater. So that always throws me as well. See that signal there, the red one. Always throws me. That does. But it's actually to turn out from that other line. It's because of the that branch, that side in there that comes out. There it is, our illustrious red. I didn't think Ivor was that close. I thought Ivor was a bit further away. Nah, I think it's just stepping up through the gate, through the. Is that our red? Oh, that's a speed. I thought it was a bit far away. So that ADS was for this speed here. And that's for my red signal. So this must protect Ivor. I didn't think Ivor was that close to West Drayton. Unless the signal section's just that long. Bring it to a stand. See how I love this one? People might think I'm mad, but yeah, oops, signal's off. But I love it because it means you got to do stuff. You got to do some work. You know what I mean? You've got to actually drive the train. Right. Let's get moving. Hoping if I could just take it steady, it might step up to double yellow. But he'll be stopping at Langley and Slough. I've got a feeling he's stopping everywhere. No. Tango 477 signal. Auto, I think. Is that an auto signal? Signal over. Oh, it's off, look. Off there at the end of the platform at Ivor. Look, we got a single or a double. Single, isn't it? By the looks of it, might change to a double as I get closer. At the end of the day, the train will be bloody hell, the train will be stopping at Langley anyway. climbing yet? No, still flat. We do start to climb after slag, I know that. Because, oh, that's my red signal. Because on a HST 2+6, you do, if you leave it notch free at 125, it will stay there. That evening sun's going down, look, looks lovely. Wish there was more traffic. Oh, he says that, and HST literally appears out of nowhere. Yeah, on the games console, the HSTs are 2+6s. On some of the journeys, they are 2+7s, but they have made the 2+8s available in Scenario Planet. I suppose that's because you're running less trains, aren't you? I've yet to sample a 2+8 along here, and I will do in due course. You saw, oh, there you go. That was bound to happen. That's fine. You see the vigilance went off there, but as soon as I moved the power brake controller, it went off because it knows you're moving, it knows you're alive, it knows you're conscious. Next stop for that train will probably be Slough. Oh, overtaken by a 166, ironically. One thing in the old Transit world, I don't know if it's the same in this one, is that it was so hard to keep to the timings on the non-stop turbos between another HST. Oh, we're getting busy now. Between Reading and London, really, really hard. Even if you had a perfect departure out of Reading, and I did aggressive braking. I've actually got a video on one of my other YouTube accounts, which I'm going to find and upload to this one. And it was an aggressive braking, and even then I was still late. Langley signal is off, but it's a adverse aspect. Can't see which one it is, but the banner, the reason why you've got the banner is because you can't see the signal. That's the idea of a banner repeater. Single yellow. Oh, set to a double. Oh, there's another 166 on the fast lines. Sounds like it's just left Slough. So it's probably on one of the Herefords or Great Malverns. Got to keep concentrating now, because not only will I probably get a red signal or close to a red signal outside Slough, but I've also got other AWS, your speed to, got PSR to acknowledge and things like that. PSR means permanent speed restriction. Double yellow. This will be Dolphin Junction, just outside Slough. That train, I assume, stops at Slough. Mind you, in this mad timetable it probably doesn't. Probably stops all stations except Slough. Sitting along in one, just fettling along there. Single yellow means the next signal will be the signal protecting Slough, which at the moment is currently showing on red. But I think there's also an AWS, there's a PSR I've also got to acknowledge, so there's a couple of magnets I've got to start watching out for. That red is a fast line, I think, he says. No, there's mine, look. Oh, but that's come up quick. It's a lot closer than I thought it was. Or I was going a lot quicker than I thought I was. Oh. Stopped a little short there, but panicked a little bit. Moved, draw forward. Hopefully by the time I get closer, it probably would have left the station. I'm only going as far as Maidenhead, remember, because this is a Henley-on-Thames train. And hopefully I should get a bit of a run, because after Maidenhead it is a bit of a thrash. Oh, lovely. You can see the red signal at the end of the platform and slow in the distance. Hopefully that will step up in a minute to a single yellow. I'm going to be brave. No, I'm not. I'm not going to be brave. Cool. I just stepped up. That was the magnet for the 40 that I'm not going to traverse. It's a 40 over the junction ahead, which I'm not going. So I'm acknowledging a speed restriction I will not be using. These signals are so bloody close together. Even though the speed is exactly the same all the way along, they are so close together. But then again, if they're close together, it means it should be clearing quicker as well. The next station's Highbridge in Burnham. Oh, it's just come off. Of course it has. Next station's Highbridge in Burnham, which I think it'll be stopping at. Which is a bit of a distance away. It's about 3 or 4 minutes away. To the big building just appearing out of nowhere. Yeah, I've noticed the drawing distance has been reduced slightly. I mean, the train hasn't been ported over to the PlayStation 5, but it will be compatible on the PlayStation 5, and no doubt it will run better. But until they actually port it over to the PlayStation 5, we're not going to see any major improvements. And some of you might find this boring, just slowing down, speeding up, slowing down, but I absolutely love it. I think it's brilliant. Problem is, it's easy to just jump in the cab and just open up the throttle and just go and follow green signals and then just stop at a station. Want a bit of variety. Like, yeah, it'd be nice to probably stop a couple of stations every now, but you don't need to. I will stop at a station. I'll be terminating. Well, I'll be getting off at Maidenhead. Oh no, sorry, I'm not getting off at Maidenhead. I'm getting off 12, then I'll stop at Maidenhead. It's quite interesting though, because you've got to be on your toes. You've got to remember as well, the train ahead of me stops at Maidenhead and I stop at Maidenhead, so I'm no doubt going to have an adverse signal on the approach to Maidenhead, and then I've got to stop at Maidenhead, so I've got to get into the habit of the fact I've just driven through all these stations really slow, following another train. Then I've actually got to stop at one of those stations. So it's about concentration. And stops you from getting bored. Plus you can watch all the other trains running around past you and stuff. That's kind of interesting. So now that must mean that they are stopped at High Bridge in Burnham. I thought I'd have a little look round. Sure everything's working alright. Turn the misters on, look. Emergency brake. Oh, I could even turn me heater on, look. And the fan. Nice. Can't hear any difference in the noise, but it'd be nice if you did make a bit of a noise, so you knew that you'd turn the heating on or the aircon on or something. Should we play the horn? Uncouple buttons. Nah, no double yellow. Wash and wipe controls are here, look, if should you need them. It's off. Stop. There you go. They always confuse me, the wipers. You put them to off and they still go on for about 20 minutes before they start. High Bridge in Burnham, a little bit different. Look, it's an island platform. It has no fast line platforms. Oh. Next station after this is Taplow. Suppose I should have just put the brake in really to disengage that or acknowledge that vigilance. But basically the vigilance goes off if there's no movement of the power brake controller for 60 seconds. Or any device, sorry. That's the AWS Sunflower. That's basically saying that you have had to acknowledge your AWS, which means obviously you've had an adverse signal or you've had a reminder. You've also got a DRA. The DRA, you can turn on, it stops you from taking power if you're at a red signal. It's basically driver reminder appliance. Normally, you can use it if, let's say, you stood at a red signal at a station, but you can stand it. You can put it on anywhere. I think most drivers put it on even when they're stuck out in the sticks to remind them that they're stood at a red. Take this steady little ride approaching this signal. Hopefully it'll be clear by the time I get. Hopefully it'll clear to a step up to a yellow by the time I get there. Fingers crossed. There we go. So, to upload, the next stop after that for that train will be Maidenhead, and that's also my stop, so I've got to remember, stop at Maidenhead. I like getting the 166 to a speed I know I can stop it if I need to. I mean, technically, we know the train's just left. The train ahead's just left, so it should be going along and stepping up the aspects. And Maidenhead is a couple of signals away, so that's pretty good. But there's no point rushing too much, otherwise I'm just going to come to a stand again. Oh, it's not stopping. The yellow. That's really thrown me on that gantry. Look, you can barely see it. It's only because I saw that red signal. I thought, well, that ain't mine. But where's my signal? But I thought, oh, it's up on the gantry. That's why. You can tell when you're approaching Maidenhead. Anyway, you go over this. There's a bridge viaduct thing coming up. Also, the signals are feathers because obviously you can cross over from the fast into the slow. The line at Maidenhead that goes to the right is to Bourne End. So here's that viaduct I was telling you about. As you can see, look, the signals have got route indicators on. So because you can cross over onto the up relief, so you can get onto the Bourne End branch, and also you can obviously cross over from the fast onto the main and onto the Bourne End branch. See, coming down from 90 to stop at a station I find actually quite easy. It's when you're speeding up and slowing down again that I find a little bit trickier, more challenging. Especially when you're trying to keep up to time. I mean, what time? I'm due in at 1948. But yeah, it took me towards 1946 and 40 seconds. So it's tight. See, I could put my driver mine appliance on, look, and when I try and put power, nothing happens. Brakes come off though, interestingly. Oh, let's go. I've got a station to stop at. Now, as I know the next station is Maidenhead and I've got to stop there and this signal is on the end of the platform, then I'm going to give it the beans. I've got to stop there and I've got to be there by 1948, look. Actually, it's a tight one, that is, I tell you. Because you've not got a lot of control, have you? You're following another train. I'm sure there's a PSR reminder around here somewhere. Might be on the up, to be fair. Yeah, look, it's a red. So I've got to. So this is good. I've got to stop and I've got to cancel the AWS at the same time. Interesting. Oh no, I've still got to cancel the AWS, but Try and stop at the stop board as well. See, I find this so much trickier when you've got adverse signals and you're trying to... that'll do. Let's get them doors open. So what's that? 49 seconds. That's hard. I probably could have improved on that, but that's bloody tough. No. Bit off the stop marker, but hey ho. One of them things. What can you say? So yeah, there's the branch off to Bourne End to the right there. Should have a nice green by the time I leave here, because it'll be flashing now to... oh! It'll be flashing now to... oh god, come on! Green now. To be fair, I don't think I'm going to see him now, if I'm honest. I think the next signals I should see now are going to take me onto the up relief, ready to cross over on to cross over, and it's 25, I think, to cross over there. I think that's it now. I don't think I'm going to see him again. So hopefully I'll have a bit of thrash now, bit of a run, see how fast I can get. Get them doors locked. There we go, interlock's in. Acknowledge him, and let's blast it. Get some power on. See how fast I can get before I have to pull to slow back down for Twyford. It's a lovely looking game, I have to say. Beast. I mean, the sound's really good. They've really improved the sound on that 166. Oh. So if I leave my cursor there, look, every time the DSD goes, I can bash it. I mean, to be fair, I could just click it to stop it from beeping, but sometimes you just get bored of it. Sometimes I click it on the when I approach the signals, just to kind of keep a rhythm in. That's a much better noise to what the old Trancing World 2020 had. So much more realistic, so much deeper throbs. Oh, what's that? A chime, a green signal. Oh, there you go. Hydraulic gear change at 65 mile an hour. I think there's... is it 2 stages or 3? I can't remember if there's 3 or 2 on this. Because obviously they're automatic hydraulic gearboxes. HST. Going past me a lot quicker this time. 75 mile an hour, so got a bit of speed on now. I think I've managed to get 86 before, but that's stopping in the main line platform, on the relief line. Obviously I'm not stopping at the relief line, I will have adverse aspects and I've got to slow down for 25, so I'm not going to get to 86, but I'm obviously going to get to 80, which is good. Climbing as well, there's a slight climb, 1 in 13.19, according to that. Like I say, if you're on the fast lines and you haven't stopped anywhere on HST. Sorry about that, my hour appears to have been up on the, I thought it was less than that. I thought it'd only be about 50 odd minutes. Mind you, I suppose I was waffling at the beginning, weren't I? So I'll have to stitch these 2 videos together to create one big long one. No problem. It can be done. Oh, what have I got? 86 miles an hour? Not bad. The track noise is still isn't very good, but to be fair, you can't hear as much now because you can hear the engine better, whereas before all you could hear was the track noise, which was a bit approaching Waltham Common or Waltham St Lawrence towards Ruscombe Junction, and then it's Ruscombe Village and it's Twyford. And I think that's my first adverse aspect. No, green. Ah, must be 2 more signals. Being a bit windy now, ain't I? This Ruscombe Junction. Well, I know Twyford's about a mile-ish away, so powering off isn't going to cause any harm. Yeah, look, double yellow. There you go. And that, yeah, because it'll be a single yellow to take me over to the onto the Henley, onto the up relief, which is 25 mile an hour. So I better start to slow down a bit. The train overtaking me, but is there a train overtaking me? No. Ruscombe, the bridge that takes you out of Ruscombe Village, next to the church. Getting a bit too slow now, being a bit windy now, ain't I? It's because, well, I'm slowing. I have got to slow down for 25, remember. But these brakes, the brakes are good on the 166, so it's not like as I've happily proved. Just put step 1 in. See, I've got the feathers to go over onto the up relief. Slowing down for 25. Even though the junction's miles away yet, but hey. Safety over everything else. Maybe I'll put a bit of power in just to get it going again. Yeah, so I like this journey. It's a bit different because you do a bit of a different. It's a different challenge. You don't stop anywhere other than Maidenhead, but you got to follow a stopping train. Plus, then you get crossed over onto this up relief because you're going towards Henley, and you get off at you get out of the train at Twyford. So it's something a bit different. Yeah, 25 to go over. Thought it was. I wonder how fast it is in this direction. 90? Not when I'm approaching a red signal. So yeah, something a bit different for you. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. I know it's a bit of a long slog, but it's different, isn't it? It's different. Nope, think I've overshot my stop board. Ah well, who cares? As long as I overshot the signal. And here we are. So there we go, that's the 166 on Train World 2 Preservable Collection. Rather tasty looking train as it always has been. Sounds absolutely gorgeous, and I've used and I've took you on a bit of a slightly different than normal route. Oh, where is the stop board anyway for this? Oh, it's there, look. So that's the stop board. I should have stopped there. 2 to 3 car. Oh well, no problem. So there you go. So that's it. I'm going to sign off. All that happens now is you close your doors and the game ends, and then the route goes. You have to get off, and then the route goes off, and the train disappears around the corner. It actually comes to a stand just around the corner, but yeah. But so yeah. So thanks for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And I'll be coming up with some more previews of Train Sim World 2 in the very near future. Thank you for watching.